Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Tony, and this is just my walk with me. This is just a space where I want to read a passage from my meditation book, Meditation for Black Women, and just reflect on what it means in this season of my life. So, if you need a moment to slow down, breathe, or just walk with someone, you're in the right space. So, this is my first live, so I am excited and nervous, but I'm in my becoming season. So in this season, I would just want to do things outside of the box. So the book that I want to read from is Meditation for Black Women, 75 Mindful Reflections to help you stay grounded and find inner peace. So in this book, it has an index, and the index has the different topics that's in the book, right? So the way I do it is whatever mood I'm in for the day, I just think of that word that summarizes how I feel that day. And then I go in the index to find it. So this morning, what I was feeling was motivated. So the last couple of days, this week period has been a very motivating week for me. I felt very motivated. So it's been giving me that push to kind of do the things that I've been stalling on. So I'm excited. So today I want to hone in on the motivation. So this is the passage from that. So stay motivated to reach your goals. I don't focus on what I'm up against. I focus on my goals and I try to ignore the rest. And that quote is from Venus Williams. Meditation. My goals are within my reach and I will not be intimidated by the journey. Reflection. Finding motivation in the face of systematic inequalities and societal pressures requires courage and a strong sense of self assuredness. Many things can easily discourage you, desire to stay the path towards your goals. It could be behavioral, lack of planning or motivation, or it could be biological, a mental or physical illness. Pro tip: if you suspect your inability to stay motivated might be due to psychiatric reasons, such as a mental illness or an executive function disorder, please see a healthcare professional like a primary care doctor or a mental health therapist for further assessment and to receive the extra support you may need. Knowing what's going on inside your mind and body is just as important as making self-guided behavior modifications that will improve your ability to stay motivated. Nevertheless, it is important to remember that your journey is to success ultimately relies on you. To maintain the momentum of motivation, you have to decide what success looks like for you. Comparison is the thief of joy. So the way you choose to measure your accomplishments must be distinct to you, not what you may be witnessing in other people's lives, close to you or on social media. Also, a social media break wouldn't hurt during this time period. Use a defined success. Use the Define Success for Yourself meditation later in this book to dig deeper into what success looks like and means to you. Additionally, the following will also help you stay motivated: a community that supports you, a self care routine that prioritizes your needs, and an intentional meditative practice of challenging your negative thoughts. All in all, it's about focusing less on the barriers and distractions to your goals and more on how to reach them. And then it has a take action piece. Reflect on ways you can move the things that distract you from reaching your goals. So, just to speak to that first, reflect on ways you can remove the things that distract you from your reaching your goals. For me, action that I can take to remove things would be my phone. Even though the phone is the key to a lot of what I have going on right now, it can be distracting. So I noticed in the morning I used to pull my phone up as the first thing that I would do in the mornings, but I try to now limit that. And then also my social media usage. So a little thing I tried was to delete the apps for like Instagram on my phone, and that has made a little bit of work for me to get on there. So if I'm really desperate, I have to re-download it or get on it on my computer, and the experience is different. So That's one way I can eliminate distractions. I want to also speak to some other parts of what I read. So let's see. So it mentioned behavioral reasons for distracting you or discouraging you from your path forward. And then it mentioned executive function disorder. So if you don't know, I was diagnosed with ADHD in my 30s. So it was like a aha moment for me of like why I process things or do things a certain way. So I didn't quit my job because I've gotten so stressed and I found out about my ADHD late. But if I would have known before, I would have been able to put things in place to help me with my executive function. But now that my focus now is on more of my entrepreneurial journey and focusing on my business, I'm able to self-develop and find things to help me work on my executive function. So executive function is a big deal because I have a hard time staying organized. I have a hard time with a lot of those things, and just honing in on that and speaking with my doctor to give me the pathway has been really helpful. Let's see. So to maintain the momentum of motivation, you have to decide what success looks like for you. This is key, especially in my business. When I first started 5 years ago, I was stuck on what others were doing and my perception of how well they were doing. Because you never know how people are doing. But I used to make assumptions that they were doing so well because of how good they were at showing it on social media. So once I kind of got control of that, it was like I want to build a business based on like my expectations, my likes, and things like that. So um building a business, building a business on my terms is what my motto is. Because I always put myself in positions of worrying so much. But if I list the things of what my expectations are, what I want to achieve, then I'm aligned to build a business for me and my goals and not feel the pressure of others. And that really helps me stay motivated. So this is about staying motivated to reach your goals, just not worrying about what others are doing, my own path, and building a business that is on my terms. Comparison is the thief of joy. Instagram is really good for that. I'm on Instagram sometimes and I just have to log off. Like that's why I had to incorporate the downtime from it. Uh let's see. The way you choose to measure your accomplishments must be distinct to you. This is something I'm still working on. Right now, I'm trying to figure out if keeping track of my goals and stuff is better digitally or on paper. And I think what I'm learning with my executive functioning is that paper is better. But then the way my mind forgets things, I'll forget about the paper and then I'll go to digital thinking that'll work. So I kind of rotate between the two, but I accept that about myself that there's no way, one way to success and just figuring out what works for me. So yeah, that seems like all of the key points, but I try to read this every day. Whatever's on my mind, what I'm thinking, and just go to the index, see if they have anything on it. If not, something close to it, read it and reflect on it. So I hope you all liked this little walk reflection that I'm doing. Um, If you enjoyed this moment, make sure you follow along, and I will do these reflections as part of my becoming journey. Again, I'm Tony, and thank you so much for watching.